It's lovely to see you all. I'm afraid I'm going to actually have to speak and dash because this is a typical busy Wednesday and there's umpteen things happening in the House of Commons. I want to begin by saying that, like David, I am absolutely devastated that I'm not going to be able to enjoy the warmth and rich hospitality of the mullahs in the coming weeks and months. The sanctions blow has had an overwhelming impact on me, but I'm determined to do the best I can to cope. You know, as others have said, I think we are currently celebrating the anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was ushered in 1948, after we witnessed the horrors that could be perpetrated when a brutal and perverted ideology can take a hold of a whole nation and then be visited on innocent people. And those rights that were ushered in 1948, they're as important today as they ever were. And they're certainly as important for the people of Iran as they could be. Because, you know, what's become clear to me over all the years I've been involved with this is that Iran is simply a state where there's no freedom, there's no justice, and there's no respect for human rights. It's a state where no one is prosecuted for massacring 30,000 people. It's a state where one of those directly responsible for that massacre can be elevated to the position of president with the blood still dripping off his hands. It's a state where those in charge think terrorizing and killing young women is an acceptable activity, who glory, as we've heard, in the public execution of protesters, and where they use the name of God as a justification for their barbarous behavior. That's the reality of current day Iran. And what I want to say is I'm in awe at the bravery of the Iranian people in the face of this grotesque situation that they're forced to deal with day in and day out. I'm full of admiration for the persistence and the dedication of the NCRI and the example that their followers give us in how you stand up against this thing. And of course, the calm, the steadfastness, the assurance that Madame Rajavi offers with her prescription for a modern, secular, democratic state is the absolute alternative to what people are being forced to live with at the present time. Now, like David and others, I do welcome the measures that our government has taken. I think I was belittling the sanctions that are being applied to us. I think the sanctions that are being applied to leading figures in the regime are really important. I think that we should step them up. We should make it clear that we're going to limit their ability to enjoy the fruits of their activities, and those relatives and friends who are living in Western countries who are enjoying them should be severely clamped down on. So I absolutely and utterly welcome the moves we are making in that direction. But, you know, I can't help but say we've got to go a bit further. I think we're all in agreement on that. I really think it might be time that the Foreign Secretary has a word with the Chargé d'Affaires and the Deputy Head of Mission and simply say, I'm sorry, but if you're going to continue to behave like this, if you're going to continue to threaten journalists and other critics in this country, if you're going to continue to massacre people in your own country, then you're not welcome here. And it's time that mission closed. And I think we've got to see a full and comprehensive ban of the IRGC. It's as simple as that. These people have no right, like every other terrorist group that has been prescribed in this country, they should be also. And I think that's where I would like to see us go. And, you know, I still harbor the hope that, I mean, I've been saying this for so many years that I'm always scared when I do say it, but I still harbor the hope that all of us here will see in the not too distant future the kind of Iran that we want to see, the kind of Iran where the full expression of the talents of the Iranian people are free, where the Iranian people can be themselves, where they can utilize their talents for good across that entire region, and where human rights isn't something that's hidden and has to be discussed in dark corners, where human rights is something that's enshrined in the law and the constitution and guarantees the freedom and liberty of Iranian people. And everything that we do, whether it's in signing our declarations, where it's meeting like this, supporting the NCRI, supporting those protesters in Iran, everything that we do should be driven towards that end, a free Iran with human rights at the heart of its constitution. Thank you.